Hi everyone, I'm Kirsten from the Mass Realty Communications team, and today I'm here to talk with Pat from MetroRock, which actually has a few different locations in Massachusetts, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So personally, I'm a big fan of climbing. I'm definitely an amateur, but I can see it as a really cool way to get fit and to kind of build a little community within your community. So for me, I'm super excited to talk with Pat today about MetroRock and what they have to offer. So Pat, could you please just introduce yourself for us a little bit?
My name is Pat Enright, and I've been climbing since the 1980s. I started MetroRock, the first MetroRock, in 2003 in this abandoned warehouse outside of Boston. And I've been building and new additions and new gyms across the Northeast since then.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. So definitely lots of experience, and MetroRock's been around quite a while now as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Abandoned warehouses. I think that's a great thing about climbing gyms is sometimes they're just inside some of the weirdest old buildings that end up working really well for building big rocks.
Our first location was built in Everett, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And it was, I've been told they used to assemble tanks.
Okay.
During the World War II.
Wow. Okay. So a lot of history there.
Old, really old.
All right.
The new gyms are not old warehouses. The old gyms are.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's still an interesting kind of origin story, I guess, from tanks to tanks.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So before we really get into MetroRock, I always like to ask people in general, why do you think that climbing gyms can be important to the community?
Well, I think I think you used the right word, community. I think our goals are aligned. Our goal within MetroRock is to build community.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different kinds of communities. You can slice and dice the customer base any way you want it, but our ultimate goal is to build community within each of the groups that come to our facilities.
Right.
So community is right on. That's exactly what we're trying to do as well.
Awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I think it's definitely, something that brings people with similar interests together and people of all maybe levels and that kind of thing. And
absolutely,
a neat little place to go, whether it's after work or after school or any of those different things. Awesome. All right. So there are a couple locations in Massachusetts. You said the first one was in Everett. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Where are the other locations?
So before we leave Everett, when we first built this location in Everett, was abandoned warehouse, and you had to find us. We were off the beaten path.
Okay.
And but now the area has been somewhat transformed. It's about a mile from the casino. Wynn Casino.
Okay.
I don't think it's called Wynn anymore. And then
we can check.
Yeah, there's the area has a new name within the city of Everett. There's 3 breweries and within walking distance, etc. So it's kind of become a center, if you would. Our second location is on the North Shore, up in Newbury Port, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in a complex where Mark Ritchie Woodworking is located, and Mark is a mountaineer. He is a guy that's done Everest and whatnot, and he has some property up in Newburyport off of Route 95, and we opened that gym in 2006.
Okay.
And then we added other locations before coming to Massachusetts. So we opened a facility up in Burlington, Vermont. We opened 2 facilities in Brooklyn, New York. And then most recently, we added a facility in Littleton, Massachusetts, which is out on 495.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a development called The Point. It's a shopping center, outdoor shopping center.
Okay.
And it's very pretty, good feng shui. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Awesome. So we got lots of different places to check out, all
Yep.
coming out of Everett. Was the original.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Were you living there at the time when you opened it?
No. I lived up in Reading, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So these locations are somewhat similar in commute. So I didn't want to necessarily have a terrible commute in any one direction. So
Right.
it was all convenient.
Right. Makes sense to keep it relatively close. You're not spending way too much time in traffic for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So what are the main things then that MetroRock offers at all its different locations?
Well, we try to, there's definitely similarities. So we start off with the terrain, the climbing terrain.
Okay.
So there's really two types of climbing terrain. There's bouldering, which is a max of about 14 to 15 feet high. And there are pads of about a foot thick underneath you.
Right.
Bouldering is very physical, very strength dependent, and climbing technique dependent.
Right.
So it's great way to learn climbing technique. The other type of terrain that we have is tall walls, and they vary anywhere from 30 feet to 50 feet.
Wow.
And that's rope climbing.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to describe the differences between the two is that bouldering is akin to sprinting, whereas rope climbing is akin to long distance running. So it's more about endurance and trying to sustain yourself as you go up.
Right.
So those are typically the two types of terrain that you find in every one of our facilities.
Okay, awesome. So there is both, because I know there's some climbing gyms that can only offer, bouldering or one or the other, but it's good to know that there's both.
Yeah, we do offer all. Yeah,
okay, sure. Excellent. And what do you have in terms of programs or classes as well for people?
Oh boy. So back to your word community. We try to develop community at across the age spectrum, genders, you name it. So we try and instill the concept of climbing and the joy of climbing to kids at an early age. So we have birthday parties, obviously, but we also have after school youth climbing teams, competitive climbing teams for youths.
Okay.
And then in the adult side, we have like a women's league. We have an adult climbing team, adult competitive climbing team. We also have events. So MetroRock founded it's the nation's largest private bouldering competition series in the country.
Wow, okay.
It's called the Dark Horse Series, and we started that in 2008. We didn't hold one obviously in 2020, so 2020 would have been our 12th year. So we're just going to have our 12th season starting in January 2021.
Okay, that's super exciting.
Yeah. So we got a lot of programs. It's all about trying to build community and instill that love and passion for climbing.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah, it's good to have the programs as well, because just having a gym that's there, maybe you want to climb, but you don't really know how, or you're a good climber and you need to be challenged by other people, right? So it kind of gives a bit of an opportunity for everybody at any level, I guess, right?
That's it. I mean, you try and build something that's all welcoming to people of any skill,
right? And
whether you're a beginner or whether or not you're a world champion. In fact, the Olympics are, I believe, they're next week,
and I think so.
All 4 Olympians have been in our gyms.
Wow.
Many times actually. So yeah, very good.
Right. Am I wrong in saying this is the first year the Olympics is having
climbing?
Yeah, right. So that's super exciting. Then anybody tuning into the Olympics can know that they've trained there at your gym. So from beginner level to Olympic level, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
That's super amazing. That's so cool to hear. So for people that are watching this that are used to climbing, obviously, or for people that aren't, the routes that you follow on the walls are always a little bit different. How often do you guys try to rotate the routes?
It varies. So on our bouldering terrain, we will swap out or reset the bouldering terrain typically every 30 days.
Okay.
And then the rope terrain, we like to have a 90-day turnover. So
Right.
every 90 days, the gym is essentially reset. The rope terrain is essentially reset.
Okay, cool. I think that's a good balance because I know you need like new routes, but it's always so sad when you're working on a route and it's only there for a short amount of time and then it's gone and you never finish it. So 30 and 90 days sounds like an awesome routine.
Some of the more popular routes will leave up for a little bit longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But our general assumption is everybody has ADD, so they're looking for new.
Right.
So.
Yeah, especially if you're climbing consistently, right? You want something new as often as possible. Very cool. All right, so what would you say then makes the MetroRock gyms stand out from other climbing gyms?
Well, I think we got into the business because we wanted to instill the joy and passion for climbing, indoor and outdoor,
right,
to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've tried to do that. We've tried to never leave the outdoor far from our front door.
Okay.
So we're always celebrating outdoor programs. We do have outdoor programs. We celebrate the climbers amongst us, the folks that are going out to the local crags and getting on hard climbs or even easy climbs, the stuff that
right.
Was their project, if you will.
Of course, yeah.
So it's for a beginner, getting to the top of your first climb is always a big achievement,
right.
Outside or inside. So it's you celebrate that,
mm-hmm.
And then for the hard climbers amongst us, it's getting on those classic, very difficult problems that are, only 5% of or less than 5% of the climbing community can actually get on. So it's just a celebration of climbing. So we try to always celebrate climbing in all its forms, and we try to instill that and show that to our customer base.
Right.
So if we're successful, we do that.
Okay, that's awesome. It sounds like it's good for people that are new. They don't have to necessarily be intimidated to come out. And then the other people that are advanced don't have to feel like they're being held back. So it sounds like you guys are achieving like a pretty awesome balance that maybe isn't so easy to achieve all the time.
No, it's not. But you try hard. So
right. Okay.
You hire good people, and you hope you make sure they're always friendly to whoever they're in front of.
Right. That's awesome. Great. Thanks, Pat. So how can people best keep up to date with the programs offered, with employment opportunities, changes in hours, or all of these different competitions and stuff that you mentioned?
Well, we do have a bunch of websites. So MetroRock.com is our main website, and you can go there and you could find, you can search for the location that you're interested in. Again, there's 3 in Massachusetts, so you can actually find those locations. Mm-hmm. There are other websites, like the Dark Horse series is a website.
Okay.
So that we'll always make reference to that. We're on Facebook and Instagram quite a bit, so you can always follow us on social media.
Perfect.
And if you're looking for jobs, we're always listed on there as well. So okay. That's the best place to find us.
Excellent. We'll link some of those down in the video description so people can click and check those out, and then they'll just have to find their specific location through there. That's excellent.
Okay.
So other than the Dark Horse series coming back, is there anything else new and exciting coming from MetroRock?
Well, we're excited about the fact that the mandate is closed, and although the CDC is suggesting that people should start wearing masks again indoors in the hot spots. So it'd be nice if we get over this hump on this pandemic and the community can, go about its way to reforming in the gyms.
Right.
Gyms have been hard hit from the pandemic, so
Of course.
we're glad to be still out and about.
Mhm.
We're still not back to where we were pre-pandemic, so it'd be nice to get past this COVID stuff.
Right. Yeah. I think everybody's really looking forward to being able to kind of go out with more confidence and get back to the things that we love. I know I lost all my calluses over the pandemic, so I have to start from zero.
There you go.
Excellent. All right. Well, that sounds amazing. And I'm sure everybody that's been going out to the gym is just as excited as you guys are to try to get back to climbing and, work towards whatever goals they have, whether it's just reaching the top of the wall or getting that really crazy climb.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you wanted to mention that maybe I didn't ask about?
I think you got them all.
Okay, perfect. Always good to ask just in case.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you
It's
so
nice
much.
to meet you, Kristen.
Yeah, it was really nice, Pat. Thanks for joining us. And anybody who's watching this video, if you're interested in chatting with Mass Realty about your gym or park or museum or any institution, just get in touch with us through social media or the website, and we'll be happy to chat.
Take care.
Thanks.